Welcome you all once again to our online class, be it third year modern English structure, introduction to English speech sounds. Under the title of this particular paper, we are learning from last couple of periods about English sound system, a pronunciation of English language. In last couple of videos, we discussed how the sound is created, how the sound is produced, how the disturbance is created. All these things we discussed it. In this video, we will learn how the disturbance in the flow of the air is made by speech organs, or which organs are involved directly in the process of the creation of speech sounds, English speech sounds. We will learn it. Let us switch over to the next slide. Here I have tried to explain it with the picture. The picture will show you where and which organ exactly is involved and where exactly it is situated in our body, in our mouth or nasal cavity. In fact, we have four cavities, but two cavities are very important: oral, nasal, etc. We will learn it in detail later on. So here our concern is with the speech organs. The first speech organ that we are going to study about is vocal cords. You have some idea about the vocal cords. The vocal cords are nothing but they are made of small elastic tissues which are situated, which are placed on the top of the windpipe. They are called as vocal cords. Vocal cords have their primary function role to play, that it prevents the things from entering into the windpipe. It prevents a piece of food, a drop of water, etc. So preventing things from entering into the windpipe is its primary role. As I told you in previous couple of periods, that English sound system or the English sounds are created, produced, articulated, generated with outgoing air, pulmonic aggressive air system. We can say it. When the outgoing air, the process of outgoing air starts from the lungs, the air enters into the larynx. And at the larynx, we have two vocal cords. They are too small and they are most flexible speech organs. Their movement as they vibrate or they move for 800 times per second. Remember, we can't see its movement with our naked eye. Remember, They're the most flexible organs. When I am talking at this particular level, pitch level, so in order to create the sounds which I am articulating now at this particular level, pitch level, the vibration of the vocal cords, or they vibrate, they move for 800 times per second. So fast they move. So all the sounds are created in vocal cords, remember. Later on, one sound is converted into different sounds with the help of different speech organs. So the first sound is created at the vocal cords. So it's a very important speech organ. The vibration of the vocal cords, a considerable vibration of the vocal cords is responsible for the generation, for the creation, for the articulation of speech sounds. The vocal cords vibration, their movements makes the reason for the sounds, remember. When the sounds are broadly divided into two groups, remember, we will discuss it later on while studying the phonetic alphabets, phonetic symbols of the sounds. But here, I would like to tell you only this much, that the sounds are broadly divided into voiced and voiceless sounds. What is meant by voiceless sounds? Of course, there is a vibration of vocal cords, but when we have when we say that this particular sound is a voiceless sound, what exactly happens at the vocal cords? When the vocal cords do not vibrate considerably during its articulation, during its production, that particular sound is called as voiceless sound. Vibration is there, but the considerable vibration is not there. It's called voiceless sound. If the vocal cords do not vibrate considerably, they are known as voiceless. If the vocal cords vibrate considerably, that particular sound is called as voiced. Here the last line, it is to be corrected. It is repeated. If the vocal cords do not vibrate considerably, that sound is called voiced. It's wrong, remember. You may correct it. If the vocal cords are not vibrated, a considerable vibration is not there, that sound is called as voiceless. And if the vocal cords considerably vibrate, that sound is called voiced. Here in this slide, I am trying to explain how the vocal cords are responsible for the creation, for the articulation of the sound. So the vocal cords are very important speech organs. Uh, let's switch over to the next slide. The next speech organ is the lips. What is the primary role of lips? We use lips for multiple purposes. You know it very well. Some students are laughing here when I tell you that we use lips for many purposes. Okay, let it be, forget it. The primary function of the lips is to close the mouth. When two lips come together, what happens? The mouth cavity is closed. Am I right? Mouth cavity is closed. So to close and to open the mouth cavity, it is operated by the lips. The lips also are speech organs. Two types of lips are there, upper lips and lower lips. The lips play their role in the articulation of certain consonants and vowels. My dear students, lips can assume different shapes. They may be set or held apart. When the outgoing air is stopped with the help of two lips, which sound is produced? Remember, when the two lips come together, when the mouth cavity is closed by coming two lips together, the outgoing air which is coming through the vocal cords, it it arrives in the mouth, but before it escapes out, before it comes out the mouth cavity, two lips are closed, and after some few seconds, when we separate lips, sound p is produced. When the two lips come together, sound m is produced. M. Try to pronounce it while listening my lecture. Try to pronounce all these sounds, so you will feel, you will notice that how the sounds are articulated. So the lips are very important speech organ. P, b, m, etc. In vowels, when the lips are spread, try to pronounce the sound E. Lips are spread. E, E. Try to pronounce the sound U. Lips are rounded. Do you understand it? Try to pronounce the sound U. Lips are rounded. That's why, as I told you that lips can assume different shapes. So, in the production of many sounds, English sounds, lips plays a very important role. Let's switch over to the next slide. The next speech organ is the teeth. The primary function of the teeth is to chew the food. When we have to make the pieces of the food, we use teeth. Am I right? So the teeth is very important for chewing the food. It's its primary function. But the teeth also create sounds, remember. Some students are surprised to listen to me, remember. When I say that the teeth also articulate, produce the sounds. Yes, my friends, the teeth also can produce the sound. We have two types of lips. I have shown the teeth in this particular figure, in the diagram, in the slides, remember. Observe it carefully. You will notice that we have upper teeth and lower teeth. Upper teeth are more important than lower, remember. Try to notice around you in the society if the person, if he has not upper teeth, what kind of change you will notice in his utterance, in his speech. Remember, particularly you try to notice the person, you find out the person who has not upper teeth and try to speak with him and notice what kind of sounds that he creates. The clears, he can't utter the sounds properly if he has not upper teeth. It doesn't matter if he has not lower teeth. but upper teeth are very important. The sound t, f in English, f and v are very important to remember. Especially, I am giving you this particular example, the sound of f and v. In Marathi, we pronounce the sound f with the help of two lips. Remember, there is a difference between f, Marathi p, and English f. Look at my pronunciation, p. When we say p, Marathi p, two lips come together, but it doesn't happen in English f. What happens? Lower lip is raised in the direction of upper teeth. Try to move your lower lip towards upper teeth. Make a contact of lower lip and upper teeth. Then you should pronounce. Then you can pronounce properly English fur. Again, notice. You should notice. Listen to me carefully. How these two sounds are different. P, f, v, v, etc. English f and v. So in other sounds also this particular organ is uh, involves there. Today I would like to stop here. Some slides are there, but we will discuss it in the next uh, period. Uh, okay, thank you.